It is the second review from chapter 9. In chapter 9, we discussed the one sample z-test. The z-test means we are going to use a z-test statistic. The second step. I gave you 5 steps, but textbook gave you the 6 steps, including to determine the alpha, the significance level, but I ignored the second step in the textbook. So I gave you 5 steps, but sometimes it's 6 steps. So step number 1, we have to state the null hypothesis and alternative hypotheses. It's actually we have a always the null hypothesis, it must be the mu is equal to, but in alternative hypothesis we had 3 inequalities. It's not equal to, is greater than, is less than. So I'm just trying to, is only the number 6. So when you read the number 6, the question number 6 in the second review, then somewhere you have a hint, you have the keyword, yeah, here it's a differ from. Okay, so it's actually, we can take it from the claim. The number 6 is want to test the different, right? So we have to take the it's not equal to, so we have to state it's not equal to. And we can take the initial setting value. It's actually the initial setting value is here. It's a 15, is 0.8. So I plug the 15.8 here and another 15.8 there. So these two, that is the one tail. So we are going to take the right tail probability, left tail probability, either one for the p-value, but it's not equal to, that is a two-tailed. So we are going to take either tail probability and just to take the twice to get the p-value is later. So don't forget, is take the twice is later. And the second step, we need the test statistic. So the formula was, is plug the sample mean minus the initial setting value and the null hypothesis. And we have to look for what is a sigma and square root of n. Okay, so let me look for, actually the 15.8 was the initial setting value, so we plugged here. So let me plug the 15.8 in the second one. And where is the sample mean? I think the population standard deviation is actually, it is the sigma. So sigma is a 4. It's a 4 here. And now, yes, here, from 100 random sample, that is a sample size, 100, the sample mean, the mean from the sample, that was the 17.1. So let me plug the sample mean, 17.1, and divided by square root of the sample size is 100. So now let me take the difference. 17.1 minus 15.8. The mean difference is 1.3. And let me take the ratio in the denominator. It's a 4 out of square root of 100. That is 0.4. And now it's take another ratio, 1.3 over 0.4. That is the 3 point, it's a 25, yes. As always, we need the 2 decimals for the z-score. So the test statistic, the z-score will be 3 point, is a 25. And now we need the probability. We need the probability from the z. So that is a standard normal distribution, and the z-score is 3.25. It's always, we need the outside probability, the tails probability. Just a second, I will take my z table. From the z table, I need the probability at positive 3.2 and 5. I can see a probability 0.9994. I got it's a 0.9994, but it is the left hand side. So the right hand side is must be 1 minus 0.9994. That will be 0.0006. But at the beginning, in alternative hypotheses, we stated this two-tailed. Yeah, here we stated the two-tailed. So the right tail is not only the right tail, but also the left tail is actually less than negative 3.25 is the p-value also. So simply just take twice. So that will be 0.0012. That will be the p-value. That will be the p-value 0.001 and 2. It asks us 3 decimal places. So here is the answer. So that is the test statistic, the z-score. And 0.0001 is actually, we got 0.0012 after twice from the z-table, but the p-value is answer with the 3 decimals, that is a 0.001. And now alpha, the significance level was given 5%. Absolutely the p-value is less than 5%, so we reject. It's a reject the null hypothesis. The p-value was the step number 3 and decision is a step number 4, because the p-value we got is less than alpha 5%, so reject the null hypothesis. That means the data provide. Just a second, what does it mean? Is a reject. Is a reject. The null statement is not true. Then what? It is not. Is equal to 15.8. So the data provide sufficient evidence to conclude that the mean length of the improvement. I'm sorry. The mean length. The mean length is offered by CD. Is different from, yes. So it is a step 5 to make the conclusion. We have to make the conclusion based on the alternative hypothesis. As I have to say, it's a different from. It's a different. It's a from. It's actually that was the state. It's an alternative hypothesis. So in this review, the second review for exam number 3 has 6 problems. It's a number 1, 2, 3. It's a simple one, and as a comprehensive one is a 4, 5, and 6. So I just take the very last one, number 6, and it was step number 1. We stated as two-tailed, and step number 2, we take the test statistic this way, and we found a probability after twice because it was the two-tailed. And based on the p-value to compare to alpha, the significance level, step 4, we made a decision, and finally we interpreted. We made the conclusion. So always by 5 steps, we can do the z-test. It is the topic title, the z-test in chapter 9. So it is very simple. So please do this review and is trying to understand what is the topic in chapter 9. What is the z-test?